The nice big red building. Harold Fulmer, the owner of all the McDonald's in the area, he used to keep all his classic cars in there many years ago. This building here was the office for the Thomas Iron Works. A lady purchased it about 10 years ago. She got it registered as a National Historic Site. She is in the process of renovating the building. She's done a beautiful job. On the other side of the house, you'll see a nice sign she made up saying Thomas Iron Company Office. Speaking of grants, my uncle was a manufacturer of baby doll pajamas up in Susquehanna, PA. And up there they had a real large railroad yard, and it was the trail from New York City to Chicago. And he was very instrumental in saying the last railroad hotel existing on the East Coast. It's called the Starupa Hotel. It's a gigantic building with a big ballroom in it, many different rooms, because in those days it was a 2-day ride from New York to Chicago by train. So the people would stay overnight in this railroad hotel. So he got it registered as a National Historic Site also. And you'll see one of the largest remaining structures of Thomas Iron Works. See the metal over there on the roof, up above the tree line? That was the blowing house. Inside that house was a big steam engine that ran an air compressor that blew air underneath the blast furnaces into the hot anthracite coal to get a hot flame so they can melt the iron ore into iron. In addition, that steam engine also ran water pumps and generators, electric generators, for the company town, besides the manufacturing facility. These bridge supports carried a rail line with the iron ore, the limestone, and the anthracite coal that was dumped into the top of the blast furnaces, because this was a batch process. They would dump in the anthracite coal first, then they dump in the limestone, and then the iron ore, or some sequence. I'm not sure if I had the right sequence. They used gravity for the process, because this is heavy stuff. So the cars would come up over here and connect with 6 blast furnaces. They would dump the raw materials into the blast furnaces in the winter time, and your mother would holler, take your shoes off, don't get cinders in the house. So there's nothing left now. The slag heaps were mined away. You can still see a slag heap from the Crane Iron Works. They dumped downstream, and right near the Route 22 bridge, if you're on the canal project. The Dietz brothers did that. There was 2 brothers working for their Eagle Scout project. One brother did the lower stairs here, and then it goes to that railroad siding I was telling you about. And then on the other side is another bank, and the other brother built more steps. And we have a parking area for like 6 cars up there, a kiosk and a trash can, and a sign stating that this is access to the Arlington Railroad. Here's the trestle I was telling you about. The railroad came up along this siding up here, and this was built by the Lehigh and Susquehanna Railroad. Don't tell me where Susquehanna came from, because that's all the way up the stream. But it was built back in the 1800s. It's over 100 years old. The metal, I understand, came from the Baltimore Iron Works, and it was built by a crew of like 60 men with a lot of wooden cribbing and that stuff. And every rivet you see there was either in a little charcoal basin, then flipped up to the guy. He would catch it in a pot, and they would quickly drive it through the hole, and the other guys would go with sledgehammers and hit the side of the rivets and flatten them out. It was created during the Depression of the 1800s. The owner died right after it was built, and it just folded right away. It never came to anything.
Would you say that bridge is in need of repair?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Iron Company. I'm looking the wrong one. This is the Lehigh Valley Iron Company. But they had a... Bob has a little story about this bridge. See the red and white sign on the pier?
Sounds like a...
All right, here's the trivia question. You know why this bridge is famous? It's the second worst bridge in Pennsylvania. So we have the gold medal and the silver medal and the worst bridges right on the Ironton Rail Trail. Something we're real proud of. We tell everybody.
Now the Lehigh Street Bridge was built in the 1800s and replaced twice because of a pier that continually gets weak. It's on the North Caddy side and it's leaning again, okay, because of the water, I guess. And that was built back in the 1800s, refurbished in 1910 or something like that, and that's still standing there.
We're Ray and Joe Bundra from the borough Coplay and myself and a couple other guys were working here, and a chunk of concrete fell down right when we were working here, not too far from us. So now we're going to walk under the bridge. Don't stop, okay? Until we get on the other side. The trail that is not paved on the loop. Actually, when we said the whole loop is paved, it's not. Something about the north half trail is not paved because we don't own it. We don't have fair title to it. It's still owned by the railroad. And you can't spend any grant money on any project. It's a remnant of a car that used to bring lumber into the General Supply Company. General Supply had a place over there. It just closed a couple months ago. So they used to bring in the lumber, like a biker coming through.
Sorry, thank you.
So they used to bring the lumber in by railroad car, and they'd have laborers there picking up the 2x4s one at a time, taking it out of the boxcar and repositioning it. The Ironton Railroad originally started coming off the Lehigh Valley Railroad and going up to the Parkway in Ironton. We were on the other side by MacArthur Road on this portion that's curving around away from Lehigh Valley Railroad. In this area, we just refurbished this area. This was a dump that Coplay used and everything. It was a mess. So we cleaned it up. We got a grant to clean it up. And now we have it as a rock grove. And eventually we'll have a kiosk here commemorating the brick industry that used to be here before the iron and cement. The Lehigh River has a unique property. With limestone, you have a good sticky clay. And that clay is perfect for manufacturing hot-fired brick, the best brick you can get. And that brick was used for construction of all your famous buildings in Philadelphia and Northampton. Again, from the Lehigh Valley. So we're going to commemorate the brick industry that was here before the iron and cement industries. And we have a rock grove here. Nice.
Any brick factory along our way?
Right here.
No, there's no remnants of it.
Nothing left. But
Down by the coffee. Go ahead.